Jaywalker back at it again with a more updated 90 tutorial for GTA 5. I already got my light bars and whatnot already set up. This vehicle here was a request from a person in my community. Didn't know much about 90 yet, so I figured let's make a tutorial on it. Pretty simple, it's just 6 lights, little dash light in the front, few in the back window, can't really see them, so let's get it started. I'm going to deselect everything. I want to highlight all my lights, want all of them selected. I'm going to select that one, hold control, and left click over the sirens. So I already have the access points, everything set up. So I'm just going to highlight, go to copy, click the dummy, and they all go into their little hierarchy spots. I'm going to deselect them. Once again, going to left click, hold control, and left click on the parts I want. Then once I got those selected, I'm going to select the copies, which is right here in the hierarchy. I'm going to right click, convert to dummy. As you can see, it converted those copies that I made to dummies. I'm just going to unisolate these. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn my light bars on. Just for simplicity, these are just interior lights, so they're not super bad. So I'm going to move these little dummies back further into the light bars, so whenever you go to shrink them, it hides the emissive a little bit better. Just gonna say move them halfway. So whenever you go to shrink them, these meshes, they're gonna follow this dummy where the axis is, which will be in the middle. Alright, now that I got my dummies moved to the center of the bar, I'm going to drag the meshes, which is the little emissive part you can kind of see there. I'm going to drag them into the dummy copies that I've already made. Alright, so I got my dummies set. Everything's not compounded, everything's all in where they're supposed to be. Going to highlight all that. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to compound all these sirens. Now, I'm going to convert, lock, LO, drag my mesh into the dummy part right here. Unselect LO, unlock, then just do the same for the sirens here. Damn autosaves, it never fails. Alright, so I got all my lights compounded. So what I'm going to do now is from the top view, I'm going to have my X and Y axis selected. And for this, make sure that you have pivot off. It's going to look like this. When it's on, it's going to have that little red dot, have that little box selected. Yeah, just make sure you have that turned off. If you don't have it turned off, you're going to break some things. So now, I'm going to see if I can clip onto this here. It's kind of hard to do because these emissives are pretty tiny. it's kind of hard to click these. These emissives are so tiny. So I guess we're going to try this. Never mind. Alright, we got a little bit of a issue there. Alright, there we go. We got it now. So I'm going to try to go to user mode to do this. These emissives are so tiny, they're hard to select. I'm going to go by 50%, click all axis. Never mind, do not do that in user mode. That will not work, obviously. I guess we'll have to try it this way until we find a place to hit. Damn, these emissives are so tiny. It's hard to get a hit on one of these things. Shrink them. There it goes. Alright. So we're going to highlight that. It's going to say 100.000. So I just highlight the front two, 50, all axis. As you can see, it shrinked a bit. So now, go to front view. You can see the emissives are still a little bit, they're kind of taller. So going to turn x-axis off. Go to scale again. We're going to do the same thing. Go to 50.00, all axis. Alright, so those are now shrunk. No, we're not going to turn on chassis. This C, well, going to have to move those back. But these shrunk perfectly into the light bar, so you won't be able to see them when you get in the vehicle. If you get in the vehicle, it's like this, or they're going to stay lit up like a constant light. So we'll do this here. Turn that off. I'm going to go to move to x-axis, turn off y-axis, and move it back until you can't see that light. So let's move back now. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to this little drop arrow here, options, move axis only. Hold the left click. I'm going to drag the axis back so you can see these lines here will move back with it, but it won't move the mesh. So now all the lights are inside of the bars. We are good to go there. But there's always a catch. So I'm going to do the rotating now, because everybody seems to be having a few problems with rotating, so I guess we'll do that. I always like to go with the Carcoals. This little number here, the rotation and flashiness deltas, those tell the direction of the light where to go. Like flashing for environment lights, it's a kind of a jacked up system. So that's a 180. This number tells me it's a 180 degree rotation. I have a few pictures and little steps in a channel in my Discord. Go back to C modeler here. So it's a Siren 1, has a 180 degree rotation. I'm going to dismiss that, turn the dummy off so I can see. Back at this again. And also have your X and Y axis on as well when you're doing this. Don't hit 180 and rotate. So you can see it rotated around. Then I'm going to go to display, reset to parent. See if I can find a spot to clip on it again. There we go. You'll see that axis has moved just like this here. I'm going to deselect. I'm going to recompound it. Let's see what else we got here. So Siren 4 also has a rotation. That should be the only one for that. So once again, I'm going to decompound it. Turn the dummy off so you can work with it. Modify, rotate, have all your axis on. .180, rotate. And back again to reset the parent. It's always hard to hit these lights. They're so thin. It takes just a minute to hit these thinner lights here. Damn. So we're just going to do this here. We're not rotating or anything, so I'm going to reset the parent this way. Let's hope it works. Alright, it worked that time. Okay. Got that bit of a mess out of the way. Compound the light back. And there we go. That is how you do non-ELS for the basic part. So we're going to put it in my test server now and see what happens. Oh, before I almost forgot, your light emissive for your lights, they have to be moved to the top. Almost forgot that. If it's not set that way, it's not going to work. You're not going to see it past the light bars. Any other little piece there.